Hello, hello, everyone. Well, I have a special guest in the building today. Samir, how are you doing?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Good, 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 good. It's nice to have you on the future side today.
Let's
Looking
go,
forward to
guys.
this.
Futures. I'm not gonna be lying. I'm new to futures, but we have Dave here, and let's go. We have this platform here. We're gonna
Indeed,
do some
indeed.
analysis with you guys, and hopefully, if we get any trade, then we would love to show you our analysis here.
That's true. That's true. Hopefully, we'll get some trades live. We've been trading live every day. I have to tell you, I've been following your guidelines. I've been taking two trades a day, so I'm not quite down to one trade a day, but yeah,
That's
about
amazing. That's amazing.
two trades a day on the live every day. I only trade this account live. It's only for the community, and so far it's going well. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So I see you have the platform going. So by the way, everybody, we're seeing Samir's screen right now. Samir has his futures account loaded up with Black Arrow, and we're gonna kind of walk through it. I know Samir's new to the platform, so I'll guide him through a little bit if he needs it, and this way you guys can learn. Quick hello to the chat. I see we have Tony Gold. What's up, Tony? We have our loyal viewer Stuart in the house. Good afternoon to you. And yeah, the other day we had people from all over. We had people from China, people from India, people from Chile, the Netherlands, Europe, the
Wow, we are
States,
spreading
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah,
The
we're
Fivers
everywhere.
Futures is spreading everywhere. Let's go, guys.
That's it. That's it. That's
Let's
it.
run up the numbers. Let me pull out YouTube on the side too so that I can see what kind of performance we are having.
No problem at all. Um, so what we usually do is we run, we look at the different futures markets. So usually we look at the NQ, the ES, we look at your friend the Dow, we look at gold, we look at oil, and see if we can find some setups. We give some advice, and yeah, the topic of the week is trading war volatility. So that's what we're talking about. Actually, I like to have your insights. I did a little webinar the other day giving some advice on how to trade
Mhm.
during these uncertain times. And,
Okay.
I gave 10 tips, and maybe you could chime in on what you think. But some of the tips I gave, number one was to scale down. So the range is
Mhm.
expanded depending on the asset you were trading, especially at the beginning, the first week. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, hey, if you're used to trading NQ, for example, the full contract where you're risking $20 a point, maybe scale down to the micros. Or if you're trading micros, and you trade a few contracts, maybe trade half your size, keep it under control. So that was the first advice. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know if you have any tips
Yeah, definitely.
for the viewers.
So in this kind of market, definitely, even I'm making reels here and there for the Fibers India on
Hmm.
the CFD side. I am recommending everyone to do strict risk management in these kind of markets because
Okay.
we can see impulses to the upside, which I call some kind of abnormal move. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe any news, drop and prices moving heavily to the upside or to the downside depending upon the news. So in that case your stop loss may can get slipped also, if
That's true.
if there is a huge momentum. Then I think if you are let's say your normal risk is 0.5% or maybe 1%, I want you to cut your risk in half so that you can survive this kind of period, so that you have next day to trade in your account. Let's say if you plan to lose 1% or let's say 0.5% today, and your planned loss was 0.5% and you lost more, I think
Mhm.
that is going to cause a little bit dent in your trading performance and in your mindset. So keeping all these parameters in mind, position sizing is the key here. I'm that kind of guy who like to see, who don't use the fixed lot size. If my,
Mhm.
if my stop loss is 150 points, I will adjust my lot size that way. If
Okay.
my stop loss is 200 points, I might can, take a little bit less lots. So that is the way I do lot size or position sizing in CFD side. Of course, we will come to know about future side also.
Mhm.
So again, guys, just do the risk management in a proper way in this kind of condition. You can I'm not even saying to cut your risk like 0.70% or like use 70% of your position.
Mhm.
You can just use 0. Let's say if you are trading one contract, you can come down to zero point 0.5. I'm just talking about CFD side.
Yeah.
I have this in the back of the mind. You cannot go below one contract size in futures,
Yeah.
but I'm just giving you an example here. Hopefully you get my point. So let's say in the future side, if your normal contract size is 2, just go with the one contract size in this kind of market.
Yeah. So overall, reduce the size, and the idea behind reducing the size is because we have volatility has expanded. We're seeing ranges be wider, so
Mhm.
that's gonna help you manage your risk, and keep your risk under control. So yeah, that's good. I see we have Daniel in the house. Hey, hey, Daniel. Thank you. He's our loyal Discord mod. Super Daniel is what I call him because he's there everywhere all the time, like Superman. So
Let's go, Daniel.
yes, yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. Speaking of risk management, since you have your platform pulled up, before we get into the charts, I don't know
Yeah.
if you know about the presets that you can set. By the way, every time you see me looking to the side, I'm actually looking at you because my EVMux screen is to my right and my trading screen is over there. So if I'm looking there, I'm actually looking at you. Just so you know. Yeah, so let me show you something really quick. I'm gonna put my screen on so you can see.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
this
just
way.
dragging like this, and
So
this
yeah.
arrow is coming out of nowhere. I have
So
zero clue about
you
this.
have to press control, go back to the
Okay,
screen, press
control.
control, just tap it
Okay,
once,
okay.
okay, and then press control again, and then you go back to that. So that's a quick
Okay.
tip right there. If you want to move it, you press
Mm-hmm.
control, and then yeah, and then if you go to the middle and just to the middle of the chart and a little bit higher, right
Mm-hmm.
there, yeah, you see some highlights. You can get some tools there. You can get your cross if you want. You zoom in, zoom out. Yeah.
Okay.
So control is like you can toggle the measuring tool in and out. So if you want to measure, you press control, it's going to give you the measuring tool, and if you press it again, you can
Mm-hmm.
move the chart right there. So that's one thing for you. And the other thing I was going to show you really quick, I'm going to show it to you on mine, and then you can do it on yours. So I'm going to put my screen up, and let's go there. So if you go to the bracket, you click the plus sign, and then you click that little cog wheel. You can set up preset risk to reward ratios. So I usually use it in cash. So I do a dollar amount, but you can use ticks, you can use percentages. So for example, here I have it. Huh, funny, it says 1 to 1, but it's actually a 2 to 1. I have another one,
Yeah.
2 to 1 there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a bigger
Okay. I can
bracket.
create this
So
one.
what?
I can.
Yes.
I'm just doing the same thing in my platform here. I'm just copying you
Yeah.
here.
So you
Okay.
could
I get it.
preset it.
Okay. Okay.
And then the stop offset is pretty interesting because it determines how sensitive your stop is going to be. The higher the number, I think the more sensitive it is. So basically, if it's too low of a number, it might not trigger you out. Usually, I think the Black Arrow guys have it at 300. Let me set this one back to 100. So I had
It
this one
means
at
100
zero.
point stop loss, right?
I'm sorry.
It means 100 point stop loss, right?
No, this is, well, it's how low your stop is gonna get triggered from where it is.
Oh.
I don't know if it's in points exactly, but the higher the number, the faster it'll get triggered. Basically, it's like, I would say it's the sensitivity. I have to read on it, but what I could tell you happened to me once where it saved me. I had it set at 0, and then there was a quick wick down to my stop. It did not, and then it wicked back up. It did not stop me out because it was at 0. So maybe
Okay.
it's something you want to play with, but
Mm.
I think anywhere between 100 and 300 is good because you're sure you're gonna get triggered.
Okay.
All right, let's. You want to save? Let me put yes, and then let me go back to your screen. This way, we can see
Okay.
what you're doing. Okay, so now that you have it set up, right? So where it says bracket on the top right, so go to the
Yeah.
top.
Stop
No, no,
bracket.
no, no. Go to all the way to the top right, out of the chart, where you the order placement. Yeah. So okay, so you have it set to 250 points. Very good. Now go back to your chart.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. So just hold shift.
Shift.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, if you hold shift, you see the buy limit
Hmm.
pop up.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you want to see your stop and take profit. So maybe you should go to a higher time frame and zoom out. So what you're gonna do is, yeah, you want to add maybe a 5 minute or 15 minutes. So all you need to do is press space bar on your chart. Press the space bar.
Okay.
It's not popping up, huh? Well, you could go to the time frame and press the plus sign.
Yeah. Yeah. I've now I am on the 15-minute chart. I can
Oh,
go to one
sorry,
minute.
it didn't pop up there. I guess it was
Now
taking
I
a
am on the
little bit of time.
60 minutes chart, which is 1 hour.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. So you can add the time frame. So
Oh, okay.
now you see your stop. It pops up automatically. And if you have how do you call that? The middle button on your mouse, you can let go and zoom in and out, and it'll zoom in and out of the chart. So the scroll button on your mouse,
It is not working. I have to
there you
press
see.
control for that.
You have to press control. Well, maybe it's how your mouse is set up, but like, do you have like a ball? Like, let
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
push.
I have
Okay,
the ball.
not the ball.
Now it's
The
in the back.
how do you call this? Like the button you can roll like that.
Yeah. 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 I do have that.
Okay.
But forget it. I can do with control.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
can figure it
Perfect.
out later on. I want to ask. Let's say if I enter here, I want to place 250 point stop loss. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
it is at 900, and let me see the trading view first, so that I can give you the exact figures.
No
Uh,
problem.
okay. Let's say I enter around 47,000, and my stop loss is at for 46750. I'm just giving you an example.
Mm-hmm.
So how it will calculate the position size for me? I have to press this.
So right now the position size is 1. Yeah. So yeah,
Let's
if
say
you want to put a stop, a buy
I do it
stops.
here.
Uh-huh.
So I
Okay.
can drag it, right?
You can drag it, exactly. And right now you only have one contract.
But I want to risk $250
Uh-huh.
according to my stop loss, which is at 750. Yeah,
Yeah. So
somewhere around there.
what you would do right now is you want to add one contract if you want to risk more. So
Okay,
you're
okay, okay.
right now you're risking 145 in dollar terms. If you click on where it says buy stop, the green part,
I can do this, right?
yeah, you could
Edit
click
maybe.
there.
Okay, now I'm risking 300. Okay,
So yeah, now you're risking two contracts, so your dollar term risk went up.
let me close this because I don't want to execute this trade.
No problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically that's one way you can place trades. The other way you can place trades is maybe go below the price. This way we could do it below, go all the way down like at the 46 300. This way we're safe. Yeah, and then you see the little plus. No, but
Mm-hmm.
don't do the control. Go back. Yeah, on the right side next to the no, go back on the chart.
Okay, this is the chart. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, you know what? Let me share my screen and then you
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
you
my
can do that.
screen and I'm going to show you really quick.
That will be
One
fine.
second.
I will ask you questions and you can guide me from your screen.
There you go. So this is my screen. Let me open this up. So for example, there's different ways to place orders. So like I was telling you, you can press shift and hover and
Yeah, that was the
your
shift one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, your preset is here. And then if you want more contracts, you put like 3, 4, and now I'm risking more, right? In dollar terms.
Okay.
Now, the other way you could place orders is you can go here and you click this little plus sign for that exact price, and then you can
Okay.
press buy
Okay.
limit or sell stop. So let's say I put buy limit. Now it's automatically going to go with the bracket that I have. But let's say I didn't want to do that. Well, you can do none, and then you press here. It's only going to put the order, and then now you can drag your stop. Sorry, you add OCO, take loss, take profit, and then you have
Can
your
you can you can
orders.
you redo this thing? How that was done?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna redo it. So I can click plus. So if I want to buy at it that exact price, I click plus. I put a
Mm-hmm.
limit order, and then now I want to add a one cancels the other so that my orders don't stay open. So you hover here and then you click here, and then I can put my take profit and my stop loss. So you drag one and drag the other, and then you press confirm. So now you have your order. And then if I want to move it, I can move this, and the whole order will
Okay.
move with
Okay.
the chart, right?
Now,
And
for an
then
example, I want to do the market order. I
w-
can see there is a buy at market.
yeah,
It
you could
will it
just
will do the
click
market.
there. If you click there, it'll do buy at market, sell at market,
Okay.
right?
And in CFD, I normally the fivers contract size is one,
Mm-hmm.
and for every 1 point, if I open one lot, I'm
Mm-hmm.
losing $1. Let's say my stop loss is 200 points, and if I take one lot,
Mm-hmm.
I will lose $200. But here, if my contract size is one, and if my stop loss is 250 points, it was showing that I am gonna lose around $150 if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it now comes ticks and points in
Yeah.
futures. So if we're gonna trade the micros so that it's smaller risk. If you want to look, for example, on the MNQ right now, let me go on a higher time frame.
Hmm.
You're risking $2 for every point.
Okay, it is.
So for example, if I put my bracket,
Hmm.
right now I click this,
Okay.
I'm risking $100. And then if I want to see what it is in points, I can click on it and I'm risking 200 ticks or 50 points. So $2 per point, since I'm risking 50 points, 2 by 5 is 100. I'm risking 100 points. Let's do the same thing on the Dow, because I know you trade the YM. If
Yeah,
I
yeah.
go on the micro Dow, which is MYM,
Hmm.
it should be a dollar. So if I click here, for example,
Hmm.
46, 450, 200 points, right? And then I'm risking $100
It is basically
because
half of
it's,
the CFD in this case.
yeah. So that's how you can see more or less what you're risking, right? So $100 for 200 points.
Okay,
So a dollar for every 2
250
points.
ticks.
Yeah, you could do it in ticks or in points. I prefer to use points. You can even load pips there. Oh, all right. So yeah, that's how you can play with your risk. And what I usually do, why I have the brackets already preset, is
Hmm.
because I can quickly. visually measure. So I have it set to the lowest quantity, and I know my bracket is going to risk $100. And you can decide, okay, if for example you're risking off of this low, you can measure and say, okay, this is where I need to buy if I want to risk off of this low. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
So for me, I think as I can see, just to make it easier for myself, according to my stop loss sizes, I think two lot size or contract size or quantity
Hmm.
is fine according to my strategy.
All
I'm
right,
just
perfect.
doing some
Yeah, you
math
you
for myself.
evaluations, no
Yeah,
problem. Whatever works for you.
or
So
maybe
yeah.
one or two. I think that is the max I can trade according to my risk management and according to my strategy.
So yeah, so according to your strategy, you can trade two contracts for the micro DAO. It would be different if you were trading the actual DAO, because it would be
YM.
multiplied by 10 exactly, which
Okay.
there would be more difficult to manage your risk. But your limit on the program is you could trade up to 20 micros here. So if you wanted to trade 20 micro contracts and go full leverage, you could do that
Yeah.
too, because futures
Yeah.
have built-in leverage in them.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see.
I'll do the analysis on TradingView and then I will execute here.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I bounce between the two. I do my analysis here and on TradingView, but it's
Okay. Okay.
pretty whatever works for you. They have some decent drawing tools and stuff like that you can use.
Hmm.
But yeah, I see a couple of comments here I want to attend to. I see Scribble 4072 is saying I reattempt futures challenge next week. All right, very good, very good. That means that you did your first futures challenge. Stribble, let me know. You said you will be trading the micro Nasdaq. So very good. That means you're going to be trading what I trade. So looking good for you. Looking good for you. I definitely want to see your analysis on the Dow, Samir. But what I'm gonna do really quick is run over the my analysis for the Nasdaq and the ES, and then we'll switch back to you for the Dow.
I'll
What do
share
you think?
my trading view for now. And when I have to punch the trade, then I can open my black arrow. I think that will be fine for me.
Sure, no
Okay, now I
problem at
have
all.
a trading view.
All right.
So this is US 30, which is YM. Um, yeah, let's do a quick analysis. Starting from the daily, let's go with the daily. We are about to, market is about to open in about 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Yep.
I will hardly take like 1 minute to analyze to draw my levels. Okay,
You
so
can
we have,
take 6.5 minutes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So let's start with the analysis.
no problem.
Okay, so right now I have couple of levels here, and daily candle is open, and I would like to draw my level according to the daily candle, which is closest in that particular scenario. So right now we have this resistance or support, some kind of SNR zone. So we can go to the 4 hour and find any other level. I can see price bounce from here, little bit of rejections. So I can use this also. If price decided to go to the upside, and this price is already trading here. And if we see here, this is also a decent level according to the 4 hour. So now we have to see what the price can do in this particular scenario. Let's start with how weekly candle has opened. Okay, it is making some kind of a wick. So right now, if I go to the 15-minute time frame, this is the 50-50 zone for me. If price rejects from here, I think we can come to these lows. But if price breaks this area, then definitely we are seeing this level. So I have to position myself in some way, like I can draw a couple of scenarios in my mind. If price do this, I will react this way. So right now the information that we have, 15-minute price is showing that bullish momentum according to the EMA. Price failed here, try to close above the 200 EMA, rejected from here, again trying to close above this area. Maybe this is the time it can sustain. Who knows? How will I know when we will see some kind of momentum picking up in the market? If we go to the 1 minute time frame, then definitely we are having this consolidation. I think if we can get impulse to the upside, I think we can tap this next level based on the information that we have. I'm anticipating a pre break of this level. So, but if we close to the downside and if we come under this EMA, then definitely I will be shorting this. So right now I'm just making up my mind what kind of pattern that I want to see. Uh, that will make me interested in this particular trade. I do like this consolidation. I think the breakout above will be fine for this level, and we can use these as our targets. So I will keep my buys for today bullish. Why? Based on the 15-minute EMA, and I'm anticipating that this level is going to break. It doesn't mean I will enter aggressively here. I want an impulsive candle breaking this pattern, then I will enter this trade. And also I can say this is a double bottom type of thing, and price is some kind of doing accumulation in this area. So definitely I can expect some kind of bullish momentum in this particular session. So my bias is bullish for now unless we break to the downside, and unless we break below this EMA, then I can shift my bias and then I can look for sells. So that is it from my side as of US 30 or the YM or MYM. So I think breakout above, price closes above on the 5 minute, let's say, then I will be buying. If price closes below in this 1 minute EMA, I will be selling. We have plenty of targeting range. I can keep my stop loss here. I can squeeze my 1 to 1. It is fine. So yeah, that
Perfect.
is my
Perfect, perfect.
yeah.
Very interesting analysis there. We will see what the Dow will show us today and what the indexes will show us overall. I see some comments here that I want to quickly attend to. We have 3 minutes until the open. But we have Scribble 4072 saying, I failed my first eval, but I will be using my new risk management this time around. Very good, Scribble. Good luck with that. And keep jabbing. Remember, keep your size small. If you've been following me all past week, you can see I'm trading very, very small size. I'm trading, you know, 1/5 or 1/10 sometimes of what I usually trade. It's also because, public accountability is real and I don't want to be messing up in front of you guys. But yeah, keep jabbing there. Um, and then we have Soldier of the Truth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Soldier of the Truth is saying Dow is going to sink. Well, we will see. The markets don't lie, and the markets will let us
Yeah,
know.
whatever I see, if I see my pattern, then I will react. If I don't see it,
Yeah,
then I will not do anything.
exactly. That's what I was about to say. Samir has different scenarios in his mind on how things could react. You could see he showed us if things are more bullish, this is how he's going to react, and then he has his other scenario where if things are more bearish, this is how he's going to react. So it will all depend on the market. We're going to have patience. We're going to control our risk, and we'll see what happens. Um, all right, so we continue. Weekly's bearish. Fiverr CFD account. I can log in only in one device or two devices. All right. No problem, Scribble. Keep jabbing, and we'll see. We'll see. Just 1 minute and until the open. So let's see what happens there. So we're gonna take a quick look. Let me share my screen real quick. We're going to quickly look at how things open on the NQ. I'm letting you guys see. We're going to look at the 1 minute chart. I have my areas already marked out as usual. So my levels are based on the volume profile. My trading ideas are pretty similar to Samir's. We see things moving sharply to the downside right now. So we'll see what happens. I have an area of interest around here, which is around VWAP, maybe for a reversal long, but it will depend on what happens. Right now, we're seeing some selling. We had some news a few minutes ago, but I didn't have time to check it out. Maybe we can look really quick. So we had industrial production month over month. So everything is lower than forecasted, which might explain this reaction we're having right now. So let's continue to look. We see buyers stepping in on the NQ. So
Yeah,
for my opening range traders, I'm gonna mark this opening range, and we'll keep it going until 9:15. In my case, I'm really gonna wait for the first 15 minutes to show kind of let the let the price action develop and see what we get. I have no bias today. If we zoomed out on the daily chart, we saw that from Asia, buyers really stepped in and started pushing the asset up. So we'll see if we can keep it up. Right now, we are in sort of a resistance area, in my opinion, on the Qs. So we'll see what happens. If we can break to the upside, well, maybe we'll try and look for a pullback and see what we can get into. You were gonna add something, Samir,
I just
or are you just
bought
looking?
US 30. Let me show my black arrow
Nice.
screen.
Let me load it up really
Okay,
quick.
now it's good.
All
I
right.
think it already placed my stop loss. Like I think this is my stop loss,
Yeah,
which
this is your
is,
stop loss.
let
It's
me see how much I'm
250
risking.
ticks. Click.
I'm risking like $250.
Exactly. You're risking
So I think
$250.
it's fine, and my TP is also 250.
Perfect. So you're doing a 1-to-1 right there on the Dow. So we'll see.
Let
We'll
me go
see
to
what
the 1 minute
happens.
time frame. I need to go to the 1 minute time frame. Okay.
1 minute, and then you can click OK, and it will. There you go. So you have
I
it
do
there.
like this. If I use some drawings here,
You need
I
to
do
scroll
like.
to the end to see the
Okay.
more recent prices. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's good.
Perfect.
I do like this kind of behavior that we are seeing. Price didn't closed above,
Hmm.
which I'm not concerned about it because I am reading the nature of the market right now. And to me, I have seen on the 4 hour, it is squeezing to the downside. And right now, some kind of experience is popping in my mind. I have seen this kind of pattern, and price has already failed on Friday to close above the 200 EMA. And I have noticed if price fails to close, usually first break of the 200 EMA is a false breakout. So today price is already trading above the 200 EMA. So my bias is automatically bullish. I anticipated a pre-break of this. It's okay. This is some kind of liquidity in my eyes, but I'm understanding the nature of the market, and my stop loss is at very safe place below the 200 EMA on the 15 minute. So now it is just the waiting game, one trade a day, $250 risk, which is okay, I think, according to my risk management plan. And yeah, let's see now.
Very good, very good. Let's see what happens on the YM. I'm continuing to monitor the Nasdaq right now and the ES, and we can quickly switch to my screen.
Let's go to the, yeah.
And yeah, I click them on and off, so it's fine. You don't need to do much there. Yeah, so we're gonna take a quick look at the ES, and I'll show you my analysis right there. Let's go on the 5 minute time frame. So far we're seeing things look pretty bullish. We're holding up pretty well. If we start from the daily time frame, let me zoom in there. We can see that we spent 1, 2, 3, 4 days of pullbacks. Now we've completely recovered from those 65, 80 lows, and we're itching towards those 67 highs. So we'll see what the ES can do. I personally was expecting maybe a slight pullback before we moved up, but it seems like buyers is really stepping in. So we'll see what happens there. Now I can already think that we're probably pulling back on oil. Yes, we are definitely. So we tagged the 100 level twice. You know, there's kind of a double top right there. I remember somebody was asking if M patterns and W patterns were good ones. Well, this one is an interesting one. We had kind of a double top there at the $100 level, and it was to be expected because we had a nice, move up from the 80s all the way down to 100. So it was a previous area of consolidation. So it is expected that some profit taking would happen here. We closed that gap that we had from the 91 all the way up to the 98s. So we expect a pullback on oil. And as oil moves down, inversely correlated to the indexes, we are seeing the indexes push up. So let's go back to the cues. We're holding up nicely. I'm sure that we might, well, I don't want to say I'm sure, but I'm thinking we might see some nice continuation today. Samir got his trade in early. That is good. We're breaking my previous
Yeah,
resistance
I'm
levels.
expecting my pre-break of that. That pattern that I'm
Yep,
seeing prices squeezing that. So let's see. You know what I think. I think if the pattern is gonna break, and I will take the trade, but I took a pre-break of the pattern.
that's good.
So if there is a loss, it's gonna happen anyway. Because I think even if that is a liquidity move to the upside,
Mhm.
I'm gonna take the trade anyway. But let's see how it goes.
Hey, the trade responded to your analysis. You took the trade. Your risk management is under control. So everything good there. You know, losing is part of the trading.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
as as traders, we have to be good losers and lose in a smart way. So we'll see what happens there. I'm marking the opening range for my ORB opening range breakout traders. Things are looking good so far. You know, we're pulling back, but we're not pulling back aggressively yet. So it might be an opportunity for me to enter. We'll see.
Mhm.
If we get something interesting, maybe if we can hold above the 50% retracement, and if we can hold above this resistance area, this is definitely something interesting for me to hold. I remember Jane was talking about pivot points, so I'm going to put the pivot points up for the ones who are interested. We have one pivot point right there in yellow. It is the 24,491 level. So that old resistance level might become, well, that old pivot might become support. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. Let's look at some comments there. I have Daniel saying the YM is a short signal for him. Well, we'll see,
Yeah,
Daniel. We'll see. You know,
let's
the
see.
funny thing about trading is one can be long, one can be short, and both of you lose, and then one can be long, one can be short, and both of you win. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's the great thing about trading. It's happened multiple times before to me with other traders. So we'll see what happens. And then we have Soldier of Truth saying Dow rally from here. I'm not trading, just watching. Hey, Soldier of Truth, you got to put your money where your mouth is, man. If Dow's gonna rally, you need to catch that rally. Don't just comment. Stay behind it. Stay behind it. There's this funny thing that I heard once. It was, you have a lot of analysts predicting prices and things like that, and they're saying analysts should trade their concepts because they give a lot of ideas, but they're not actually trading them. And I think they should put their money where their mouth is and trade the tips and the advice they're giving. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on the indexes. Let's take a quick look at the YM. If you want me to share your screen, let me know. But I
Yeah.
have it pulled up right there. Let's
Right now, my trade is at like slightly drawdown. I will say just break even. So let's
okay.
see.
All right.
Finally, we are breaking out of that pattern that I was having on the 5 minute small consolidation. I think if it closed above, I was gonna enter anyway. So I'm already
Yeah.
in the trade. Anticipated that thing, kind of a
Perfect.
pre-break of that thing.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, this if this continues to hold, I think we'll have a good look there. I'm looking at the NQ right now,
Okay.
940, 945. So I see buyers are starting to step in. So I'm starting to consider entering my position. I'll probably enter somewhere around here. Okay, I am in the trade. So we are both long. Um, I'm long on the NQ for now, a little bit early as well. But if we get a good opening drive, we'll see what happens. Now, since I'm taking two trades and you're only taking one, if mine doesn't
Hmm.
work, I get a second shot.
Yeah,
But we'll see. We'll
my
see what
plan doesn't
happens.
allows me. This is my one and only trade,
Yep.
and if this is a losing trade, whatever, we come back tomorrow and we do the same thing. Draw some
Yep.
levels, some trend lines, breakout, EMAs. That's just my strategy. So yeah, we do the same thing tomorrow.
Yep, and we'll see what happens. I know this strategy has been working very well for you. Last time we talked, you were up
Yeah,
13% on the month.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
definitely something you can. I'll brag for you about if you even if you don't want to brag about it. But
Yeah,
13% is great anywhere, anytime. So I think that is a great thing. So
yeah. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie. I risked the profits, and I I was on a winning streak. Took like 4 or 5 wins in a row,
Hmm.
so that helped me made a decent amount of percent. Then again, got slow. But the point here that I am trying to say to our viewers is I risked my profits to make more profits. When I am in drawdown, I cut down the risk. That's how I do the things.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it. When you're in drawdown and when you're maybe having not such a good week or month or whatever, it is a good idea to cut down, to slow down, because the market varies. The other day I was showing I have a continuous back test running on TradingView, and I kind of gauge how I should trade based on that back test. Maybe I'll show it in a little bit, but
Yeah, yeah.
depending on how the market is moving, maybe it's good for your strategy, and sometimes maybe it's not good for your strategy depending on how you trade. For example, if you are somebody that likes trends and the market is moving sideways, well, maybe you're going to be in a slight drawdown because you're not able to catch those trends. So it's a good time for you as a trader to reduce your risk and think about scaling down to protect that downside. That is really our job as a trader, is to manage the downside. If you are able to manage the downside, keep your risk under control, the profitability will come by itself. I think with good discipline, good risk management, you can have great results, even taking a single trade a day. And I have to say, so far so good. Samir's trade is looking mighty nice.
Yeah, we broke out this pattern, and I have at the back of the mind that this was 4 hour level. If we get
Yeah.
a closing above, I think there is high chance I'm gonna get a TP today. But at the same time, I know my trade can reverse right from here also.
Yeah.
So all these things, I am making myself ready about every scenario that this particular trade can do. So when it happens, I'm fine with it.
Exactly.
So all these practices, I do on a daily basis. So I am putting this thing ahead of time in my mind, that if this thing happen, you have to react this way.
Yep.
So if price reverse from here and trigger my stop loss or break even, whatever the scenario is, I'm already making myself ready for that. So I think that helps me sometimes. So I'm just sharing some psychological tips here with you guys.
No, I think that's a very, very, very good strategy. You have multiple game plans, if for a lack of a better term,
Yeah, yeah.
And depending on what happens, okay, I can react to this, I can react to that.
Hmm.
If plan A works, well, this is what I'm going to do. If plan A doesn't work, well, I have plan B, and then I can switch to plan B. So for example, you have your take profit there. I'm sure depending on how the price moves, it will warrant you maybe taking profits early, or maybe saying,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
actually, the way it moves, based on my experience, based on what I've traded, based on my idea, I can
Hmm.
actually wait longer before I take my profit. So I think it's a good thing. I think all traders should do that. They should always have multiple game plans ahead of time, with, of course, the back testing they've done, the way they trade, the experience they have, so that they can know how to react. Because price is very dynamic, especially these days with this whole backdrop of war. Things can change on a dime. You could have a news highlight, and a profitable trade completely reverses on you, like Samir was just saying. So
Yeah, it
we'll
has
see.
happened with me on last Monday. I was on a flight. When I landed,
Oh,
I
really?
triggered the stop loss.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah,
But on
I
the
mean,
itself, I was,
anything could
making
happen.
myself ready for that. But I wanted to ask, can we erase this horizontal lines?
Yes, you can erase these lines. If you right click on the chart and then you go into settings. I can't see your. Do you have a menu popped up or no? Anyways, I could
I
show
do
you.
have it. I don't know why my
I'm gonna go to my. I'm gonna go to my. What's it called?
yeah, you can share your screen.
My screen. Yeah. Give me just 1 second. I'm just managing my trade because my trade is profitable as well. I added a contract. I'm gonna share my screen and show you. So we are here, and then what you can do is you go into settings, and then you go to more settings, and then you go into appearance, and here you can decide where, I think, horizontal grid, you remove
Setting,
that.
it was more setting.
Yeah,
I think you mentioned appearance. Okay.
appearance, and
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
in the middle down there it says horizontal grid, you can
Yeah,
remove that.
found it. Yes.
Yeah, click OK. All right. So as I always say with Victor, I always have my bonus and my payroll. So right now I'm gonna take my payroll, which
Yeah.
is which is
In
a
the
zero.
main channel stream, you mentioned this thing.
Yeah, which is this is a pullback. I entered one contract a little bit early. I entered the second one when volume came in. Once I take my, well, I'm gonna keep my risk right here. Once I take my, I see buyers are selling, so let me close this right now. Yeah, so usually once we break the prior high, I will be taking one TP, and then I will let the other one run depending on how we react. Right now, we had a quick, sharp reaction over this area. So so far, zero point 0.5 R in profit. We'll see if I get another setup. This was a quick in and out trade for me. The real area which I would like to see tagged is this one, but maybe it was too early. We didn't get too much follow through for now, so we'll see
Hmm.
how things develop, and if we can get another push to the upside. Now, maybe I got out too early, but I'd rather keep this profit and be able to use it towards my next trade. So we'll see what happens there. Um, let's take a quick look at the ES and see how we're reacting. ES is reacting very, very nicely. It's probably the more bullish asset of the two right now in comparison to the NQ.
Hmm.
So yeah, we've tagged these above these 6700s. Now, let me go quickly to my weekly analysis that I do. We are in what I usually call the inflection area on the ES. So I noted this on the weekly newsletter we publish every week. And if we are able to push out of those 6700s, we will maintain this bullishness because we reacted very nicely around the 6600 support area. So we'll see if we're able to push out, but I expect maybe some consolidation, some rotation here, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
Soldier of Truth. What is this XX36, XX42?
I have no idea.
I thought it is some kind of emoji that I am not seeing on the stream. Then I pulled up YouTube. Then it was the same there as well.
Yeah,
I want to know
it's.
what is this.
I want to know also what is this? He's saying Samir study each hour of New York session, the period of XX36 XX42. I do not know what this is, and he's
Timing.
laughing. Daniel is saying he
Okay.
knows who he is. So we got some inside jokes, some inside information. Please share with us, guys. Please share with us. Oh, he's saying 9:36, 9:42.
Okay.
36 and 42 minutes in each hour is what he is saying.
Okay. Now that makes sense.
I still don't
I'm
get
new
it,
to future.
but
I was not aware about this thing. But anyways, I follow. Um, we have a breakout. If I was not involved in this trade, I was gonna take this trade anyway. But
yep.
I've kind of anticipated this breakout. Kind of entered pre-breakout because the pattern was way too clean. And yeah, I think now it's just a waiting game for me. Let's see what today is gonna be there for me.
Let's see what's gonna happen. We are kind of, in my case, on the NQs, we're kind of reacting to this resistance area. So this is why I decided to TP. But we can go back to your screen, Samir, so you can show what you're looking at, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I
Let me
have
go
my
back
screen
to your
here.
screen. All right, very good. So we came, we weren't too far from that TP area. We wicked kind of out of there. So we'll see if we can keep moving up. I have a question for you, Samir. I am one who believes, of course, it depends on the trade, but I do it a lot on the live. I
Hmm.
move my stops to break even quite often. Since I
Okay.
trade reversals and breakouts, I am a believer that if a trade is going to work, it is not going to
Hmm.
retrace a lot after the initial move. And
Okay.
if we're getting too much of a retracement, I prefer to take the stop break even. And if I'm wrong, I can always re-enter since I'm taking multiple trades or at least two. Now, my
Yeah, yeah.
question to you is: I know you don't do that, right? You do not move your stops.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
If I understand, if I remember correctly.
So, to answer this question, I would like to put it that way. My foundation has been built this way, where the courses that I was seeing from the day one, they was educating, or they was putting this thing in my mind: risk 1%, and you're gonna get your performance will be good in long term. You don't have to move your stop loss. It means you don't have confidence in your setup. These type of things, I
Hmm.
was learning since the day one. So I have never tried this approach where I do trailing stop losses, or where I put it to break even. So, just to answer this question, my foundation has been built this way, where I am using my hard stop losses, and I'm
Okay.
just letting my trades run. I have followed many systems, and in every system, I have done this approach. So, and at the same time, I think even if I put this trade at break even, and if it triggers my break even, and then it hits my TP, I think my results are gonna be somewhere similar only,
Okay.
following both of the approaches. Maybe there will be slight difference in some kind of percent. Let's
Hmm.
say for an year, if I follow this trailing stop loss model, I may can end up like, let's say, 30 to 35% in a year, risking 1%.
Mm-hmm.
And if I follow my hard stops and hard targets, I think the results are going to be similar only. Let's can be like maybe 30% or maybe 40%, 5 to 6% difference here and there. So my belief is that whatever trading method or the way you trade you follow, I think results are going to be similar only. That is just my thought process. Of course there is going to
Okay.
be sometimes trader A can lose in a particular year, trader B can do good in that particular year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you take a look at 10 years period or 5 years period, the performance is going to be somewhere similar only. There is not going to be huge difference in the performance. Trader A might can follow huge risk to reward, trader B can follow 1 is to 1 or maybe 1 is to 1.5s.
Mm-hmm.
So if both execute their trading plan in a right way, I think the results are going to be similar only. Of course,
Okay.
trader A can, risk heavy once he's in profit. The results are going to be quite. He might can have good results, to be honest. But
Okay.
there will be a time also, because his foundation is built in that way now. He will lose more also that way.
Yeah.
Again, coming to that point, I think the results are going to be similar only, whatever trading style you follow. If you do the trading in a right way, which is risking 1%, and let's say your account is 50% up, maybe you can risk, now you can use that cushion to risk more. I
Mm-hmm.
think if you follow this proper trading model, which of course these hedge funds follow, they are happy with the 20 to 25% or maybe 10% in a year. If you do that kind of trading, then I think it is fine. Results are going to be somewhere similar only.
Okay.
That is what I think.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a very valid point. I how could I put this? Different traders have different trading strategies, and different things work differently for them. So I totally understand the point of not moving your stop loss, because there's nothing more frustrating than being in a trade.
Yeah.
And well, maybe not nothing more frustrating. It was very frustrating being in a trade, deciding to move your stop loss, getting stopped out, only to see the trade completely reverse and work as you had originally planned. So I totally understand the point behind not wanting to move stop losses, and I think it's a very valid point. So me in my case, since I am primarily a scalper, and right now I'm only taking 2 trades a day, but I've been one to take much higher number of
Yeah.
trades. So it's never been a problem for me to, take a break even stop there, wait for another opportunity, enter again, and have it work. Instead of taking a loss, I'm, utilizing the profits in my benefit. But I
Mhm.
think it's your point is totally valid. Where for example, right now it's a good example of, hey, moving a stop loss wasn't necessarily the good idea, because I had to get back into a trade that was already working, and I entered at a point that is less favorable than the one I had before. So, perfectly fine, perfectly valid
Yeah.
point. I was
And the
just
main point is
curious.
that, from the day one I have done this thing. The guys that I was seeing, they also are focusing on this particular thing, not moving the stop losses.
Hmm.
If I was seeing those kind of people on YouTube or maybe through courses, those are promoting this trailing stop loss, all these
Yeah.
practices, then I might have been, my mind has rewired, maybe have been rewired that way.
Hmm.
But as my foundation is built this way, so from day one I'm doing this thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it's perfectly fine. I think it's perfectly valid. So
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, different trading methods for different people with different
Hmm.
strategies, and most of all different maybe temperaments with the chart. I think both
Yeah.
are valid, as long as they correspond to your strategy. So yeah, very valid, very interesting. We have the 10 o'clock candle opening right
Yeah, we have
now. we're
closed.
seeing we're seeing on the NQ, we're seeing some heavy pushing to the downside. We will see if buyers will step back in and continue to push higher. So a few comments here from Soldier of Truth saying hedge funds are full porting on high frequency trading servers on CME in Aurora. All right. 948, 952 happen as outlined. So I guess you were talking about the moves we're seeing now. Yes, Sata Drew 8399, the fivers and futures. Nice. I see some some smiley faces with stars there, and that's what we like. We like to see some happy traders. So we will see. Daniel saying oil is falling back. Nice indeed. Some traders might have some buying opportunities there. So we'll see if oil gives that give that pullback. We're seeing a little pullback here on the indexes. We will see if it will be aggressive or not. So yeah, so far so good.
This candlestick has closed really good. It has filled this fair value gap, took out the liquidity, closed above this area. And remember, I was having this 4 hour area also,
Yep.
and it has closed above that area also. So I think we can take out this liquidity, maybe come towards this area, and then who knows, we can, fall. We can continue this downtrend which we was previously having. But this let's see, what happens.
Let's see what happens, or maybe we will completely reverse and
Yeah. Yeah.
recover and move higher. You never know. I That's why in my case, I always try to have my bullish case, my bearish case, and my neutral case because sometimes things just move sideways,
Hmm.
and we can't decide where to go. Which for how I trade, I really do not like to see, but we'll see how things go. But so far so good. Both trades in the green for both me and Samir, so that's always a good way
Yeah.
to start the
Yeah.
week. Our first stream together, we're both green. Let's keep the colors going. I have my green fivers sweatshirt on, so
That's amazing.
yeah, so let's keep it going. Maybe I should paint my face green next time.
No, no, it's fine.
You remember last time I was doing all the green. I don't know if you were there, right? When I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
putting
I remember.
everything green,
I
putting the green
remember. I remember.
arrows,
That is a cheat
and
code.
that's the cheat code. That's the cheat code. I'm not gonna jinx it today. I'm not gonna put any green arrows. We're just gonna let things run and see what happens.
I'm just playing with tools here, and you know,
Indeed, indeed. While I let you play with the tools, I'm just gonna bring my screen back so we can look at the other assets again really quick for everyone. So we're back on my screen. I re-entered a little bit higher than where I was before, and this is my second trade. So no moving stops here. No, finicking with anything. We'll let the asset do what it wants to do, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, we'll lose half an R in profit. So what we're gonna do right now, really quick, is take a look at oil. I saw Daniel said oil was pushing down, so nice. This is a nice push to the downside. Let's go to my weekly analysis. So right now we are breaking what I would call the uptrend channel. So in my opinion, we want to see whether we're gonna again go back and retest this area, those 89s here, that where we had a lot of consolidation happening, or will we push lower Will we push lower, do some kind of break and retest of this trend, and then go test those 80 levels again? Or, this would be the bearish case. Or if on the other hand, we will wick down from here and quickly recover and start pushing again towards those you know, mid 100 levels in the 102s and 106s to go test those previous highs over there. So we'll see what happens in oil today and during the week. But I am anticipating that even if we go and retest those lower levels and reaccumulate down there, we might see pushes again towards the 115s and I'm guessing the 120 area. So we'll see what happens on oil. Let's take a quick look at gold. So for me, I don't know if do you trade gold at all, Samir?
No, I don't trade. Not have been. Gold
Yeah.
has made gold has really put a trauma in me.
Gold is tricky. Gold is tricky. I don't trade gold
Yeah,
that often. I don't trade gold that often. Gold has a tendency of, finding your stop, getting you out of the trade, and then completely
yeah.
reversing. So yeah, gold can be a tricky one. It could be a good one, but a tricky one. But yeah, we could see that we had that sharp fall from those 5400 highs right after the war was declared. We found some support around the 5000 area. In my opinion, as long as we are above the 5100 area, so this inflection area, we are bullish. So we'll see. We had the pullback. We are seeing some accumulation. So we'll see if we can go and retest this inflection area and maybe get another move up to the previous resistance around the 5200s. And we will see if we get continued accumulation in this $100 range, or if on the contrary we recover well, and then go towards those higher 53 hundreds by the end of the week or not. So we will see what happens there. Let's look at the comments to see what everybody's saying. Uh so Soldier of Truth is saying silver is even more tricky than gold. Yeah,
I've
silver.
never traded silver, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to calculate the lot size in that.
it's huge. And on the future side, you're risking $1,000 a point if you're trading the regular contract. So silver can be a tricky one, definitely. There's micro
What is
silver
the
also.
name
We
of that? As
so
I remember, we have GC
SI
for gold.
silver is
Okay,
SI,
okay, okay, okay.
and then so if I pull up the contract, the silver futures, I'm going to pull up the regular contract right now. Well, this is SIH. This is the old one. It should be J. In a sec. SI futures. There we go. The current one
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So there's rollover for futures. So the
Yeah, I'm
contracts
aware about
change.
this thing. In India, we have
Yeah.
NSC. Is the similar thing here also? I think
I'm sorry.
it is the similar thing worldwide. I think, as you mentioned, we the contracts expire
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
month's period.
Yeah, it varies depending on which one you're trading. Some are
Yeah, yeah,
quarterly,
yeah.
some are monthly, but yeah, they expire. So yeah,
Mhm.
you can see right there on silver, the it's pretty hard to control the risk. Right now, if I want to risk 100, you could see how tight the my stop would have to be because
Yeah,
it's basically $1,000 a point.
it will be triggered in about
So
1 millisecond.
yeah, 1 millisecond. I would be in and out really quick, whether profit or loss. So the silver contracts are pretty tricky. But yeah, from time to time we look at it. I remember I talked about the gold to silver ratio on the channel, but my
Mhm.
analysis on gold is pretty similar to the one on silver. We had this accumulation right there, so we want to see, are we going to stay in this range, and are we gonna or are we gonna be able to push higher if more uncertainty happens. My analysis was the war broke out, we had fund managers needing cash, we had people being liquidated, we had positions needing to be covered. So people sold out of hard assets to have cash on the sidelines to be able to redeploy. And then now I think we're kind of in a wait and see environment, and then maybe we'll see some move ups pretty soon. So we'll see. Yeah, like Soldier of Truth saying, some people getting margin calls and they had to sell out to be able to get out. So we're pushing high on the micros right now. We're looking good. So we'll see what happens there. I think your trade is probably going well as well, Samir.
Yeah, it is almost about to hit the take profit. I don't know how many points we have left. Let me count
Well,
it.
we'll see. We'll see. You can.
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
You,
Okay, it's about 45 points.
all
45
right.
points left for the TP to get triggered. Let's see.
Nice.
Hopefully, we can do
Looking
it.
good. Looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good. Everything is looking good. I've had my second candle opening, so as usual,
Mhm.
I'm putting my stop just to break even to pay for the commissions. So it's $2.50 per commission. Now this is a rebate account, so technically I don't have to pay for commissions. But since this is a breakout trade, if the trade is going to work, it's going to continue to push up. What's going on, Samir? You need to add a yellow arrow to your chart so that it can go to the TP.
I think it is
Man,
gonna go
that was a close one. Your TP is at what? 47 215,
256, 47,
47
256.
256.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take a quick look. Um yeah, we got pretty close to that one right there. I think we got a high of 47 223. So yeah, just 25 20 20 something points shy of your TP. So that's good. That's looking good. Nice green day so far for the both of us, and I like when we start our weeks like this. So let me take a quick look at the chat right now. Oil 200. Yeah, so
Now you need to do some green painting.
green printing. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing seeing some selling right now. Guess I'm going to get stopped out again. Yeah. I did a quick YM. I don't want to influence you, and please don't let me influence you. I did a quick YM analysis, and we actually tagged my level, which was 47 224. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a pullback, but we'll add some green arrows on the chart and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Yeah, 47 200 right on the money, is Soldier of God is saying. Let me see what you called out earlier. I remember you gave us a number. Yep, he said 47 200 about half an hour ago. And we got that level 47. Let's see. Yeah, 47 223. So I that's why I was saying, Soldier of Truth, put your money where your mouth is, and you could have gotten that TP had you entered. Um, Soldier of Truth saying 1980s Hunt Brothers silver case. They had 30% of the world's silver, and they lost 1 billion when silver crashed from 50s to 20s and below in 1980. Yeah. It's a very interesting story. I There's a few YouTube videos on it. Um, I I checked out a few of those stories. It's about two brothers that cornered the silver market. They started buying silver, everywhere, and inflated the price and everything. And they got some huge margin calls when they were found out. It's an interesting story. I can't remember which YouTube channel I found it on. Maybe I'll say it in the next live. But yeah, it was a nice it's an interesting case to look into. Last time the silver went up. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Now, we briefly touched on how to trade when things are very volatile, and we said, okay, we can reduce our size, right, as one thing. But I don't know if you have any other advice or any other tips for our viewers, when you're trading during volatile times. What I can say really quickly before I pass you the mic is, there's not that problem with futures, and probably not with CFDs, but back when the day when I used to trade stocks all the time, liquidity was an issue, and it sometimes would be difficult to get in and out of trades when I was trading small caps. Not that I was trading huge size, but that would happen from time to time. So do you have any advice regarding that, Samir?
I think when there is volatile market, as the tick size or the volume in that particular leg, for an example, if the in the normal market this candle is let's say 10 points, in the volatile market it can be 100 points. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah.
So you can adjust your lot size accordingly. You can, let's say your normal risk is 1%. Of course you're going to adjust the lot size accordingly to the current behavior that we are getting in that particular market condition. Other than that, I think you don't have to really change anything. The patterns are gonna print. The You're gonna get some confirmations. There is just one difference: the volume in that price is increased. Other than that, there is no difference. I think you should do the normal trading. The one thing you should do, which of course you should do, according to the market cycle, which is reduce the risk. And other than that, if you're a new trader, try to build a cushion, then you can maybe increase your risk. Of course these are the times, I know majority of the money is made in these times, but people also lose money in these times. So if you're a
Definitely.
new trader and you are thinking that you will make ton of money, I think that is not gonna work out that way. Things are not going to work out that way. First build the cushion for maybe 2 3 years, then utilize that cushion in these kind of market condition. And on top of that, don't put everything in these type of volatile conditions. You can maybe put some percent, and then you can try to get something out of that money. But if you're a new trader and you haven't found success in trading, just focus on building the cushion. These market condition, just reduce your size. And right now I'm seeing this triangle pattern.
Hmm.
I will just put it that way. In
Yep.
the normal market condition also I will see it. Then I will, for an example, if I'm using 2 contact size, I will be using 4 in that market condition. So it is very common sense. Just do the normal trading, one trade a day. I think these volatile markets, if you have the rules for yourself, it should not bother you that much.
Okay, very good, very good. So you're saying mainly reduce size, but you don't have to really change your strategy. You don't really have to do anything out of this world. Mostly, what you want to do is control your risk by controlling your size. So I think that is a valid point. But on top of holding your size, in my opinion, one
Hmm.
thing I considered is to shorten holding times,
Okay.
because things can turn on a dime. You have a news highlight coming out, you have a lot of things, going on in the background. So you might be in a very profitable trade, especially because we're trading intraday.
Hmm.
I think, for example, you're reducing your contract size or whatever your lot size, but I think also you need to consider your holding times. If we take a look at, let me bring back my screen really quick, and then I'll bring it back to yours.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we look at, for example, oil, right? I like to give the oil example because it's the one that stands out the most. Um, First of all, let's talk about ranges. This week before the war broke out, we could see, and I showed it. The range was about $1.50. Sorry, a point 50, 2 points, right? Then After the war broke out, we went to a range of almost 5 points, I think. Yeah. So the range is essentially doubled over a weekend. And then when we really went parabolic, you were dealing with a range of about 15 points. So, three times the range you had before. So
Mhm.
what you're saying, for example, let's say you were trading in this area right there, right? In those this consolidation here between 105 and 100. What you're saying is you're getting one green candle and then one red candle and then one green and one red, and you're seeing those wicks. This means that if I zoom in, we're probably going to be seeing sideways consolidation, but a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of reversals happening, right?
yeah, exactly.
So
Mhm.
so what you want to consider is, okay, if you're used to holding a trade for a certain period of time, let's say you're used to holding your trades for an hour, maybe consider holding it for 30 minutes because things can turn on a dime. I remember, for example, here again on oil, when oil was about at, I think it was 80, sorry, in the 90s there, right there, this reversal happened on a news release. Is no, sorry, it was on the 10th. Let me go back. It was on the 10th, and you had a government official talking about the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
was
yeah.
it? And things completely reversed on a dime. So I think traders should consider shortening their holding times just as much as reducing their size until things kind of die off a little bit. So this is just my 2 cents, and what I think people should be doing when
Yeah, my
in these
point of
uncertain
view
times.
on yeah, my point of view on this will be, like if you are used to overnight holding,
Yes.
you hold the trades overnight. I think you should not do that in the particular trading session.
Hmm.
You can hold the trades, because in the next day we don't know what kind of news is gonna pop out, and of course that can happen in like right now also, who
Yeah,
knows, something
of
can
course.
happen right now also. So of course you are right. If your normal holding time is, let's say for me it is like, let's say 2 hours,
Hmm.
I think I can reduce to 1 hour in these kind of conditions,
Of course.
because who knows what kind of news pops
Yeah.
out.
Who knows what can happen? And well, the thing is also if the price action is telling you that, hey, you know, you shouldn't hold that long. The price is also going to tell you that maybe you don't want to stay too long in these trades. So I think it's a fair consideration to have. Maybe you don't want to do that all the time, but you want to have that in the back of your mind and have different scenarios, just like Samir always has. Well, we're always happy. Soldier of Truth says good advice. So nice. Very happy to hear that. Says most painful moments of my career were on January 15, 2025. I completely forgot the year just started. So last year I had 80 lots short on CFDs on Dow floating 17K
Oh
that went to
shit.
break even. Man,
I,
Soldier of Truth, you're entertaining us today. It's great to have you on the show. Stuart, always a pleasure having you on. Hello from Spain. Hello to Spain, actually. Good afternoon to you. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Trader 8399 is saying crude oil in U-turn. Let's see what you mean. Let's go back to crude oil. Let's put it on a higher time frame. Let's look at the hourlies maybe. You said U-turn. Well, we tagged, like we said, we tagged that $100 level. We made, for those that look like traditional chart patterns, we had a double top, and we're trading lower. We will see what happens there because we tagged this previous level. Maybe it's going to be a reversal. Maybe we consolidate from here. That would be the neutral scenario. The other scenario, let's look at the bearish one. Let me put my weekly analysis out. The bearish scenario in my case would be that this is kind of, break. We retest this previous area of uncertainty here, and then we continue to trade down and form, a bearish structure. and then reaccumulate maybe lower. And then finally, if we reject these levels, reverse from these levels, maybe we move back up and go retest this previous consolidation and eventually this resistance area. I think what's happening in all assets right now is everyone is in kind of wait and see mode. You know, everybody is I don't know if you agree, Samir. Everybody's kind of figuring out, okay, what is going on in the Middle East? How is this going to affect everything? How long is this going to last? You know, what is the new surprise the US president is going to have for us, because he keeps having those surprises for us. And you know, we'll see what happens and go from there.
I'm not a big fundamental guy, but
Me neither.
these things definitely play a role when we are in this kind of scenario that we are in currently.
Indeed.
So, we will like to come back to that point, follow the risk management in a right way. And again, we don't know, like, for how many days or how many weeks this situation can last, or how many months.
Yeah,
So we are trader, we see the opportunity, we have to utilize that, take a shot with, of course, the proper risk management. If that, if the probability is there, if that is your day, you're gonna win regardless of whatever happens.
exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly. So let's bring back your screen right there, Samir.
I'm just holding this trade, and
Nice.
it is in consolidation now. I don't know what it is gonna do.
It's just
Let's see.
waiting. It's just waiting. It knows we're gonna go off at 11 a.m. and it's just waiting for, what is it, 10:59 to hit your TP or
Yeah, I
something
do
like
like
that.
this.
We'll see.
I do like this pattern, but I want it to break to the upside. So let's see.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I see some comments there. We have Scribble saying, I'm going to check out the other channel. As far for now, I'm in CFD. Take care. Well, thanks for dropping in, Scribble. I appreciate it. Thanks for being part of us this morning. And we'll be there. We'll be there. If you want to switch to the future side, we will be there. Yeah, Soldiers Drew says or years. So I'm guessing he's talking about the war, if the war lasts for years instead of instead of months. Well, I hope not. As a trader, we're talking about the assets, we're talking about how to trade them, how to take advantage of them, et cetera, et cetera. And that's our job as traders, is to kind of look at things in a neutral form and decide based on what the chart is telling us. But on a personal side, war is a very sad thing, in my opinion. It's something that is, it's very sad. It's very tough. I don't think anybody really benefits from it. So hopefully it doesn't last years. Hopefully it's over fast and the world can gradually move back to normal. I don't. I'm not a very great. How can I put this? I'm not a fan of war, for lack of a better term.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I think everybody thinks that way. I don't know why these people do wars and all these things. There is no benefit in that.
yeah,
They
that's
just
true.
stay peaceful. Just have fun in their own country or whatever. Yeah.
That is true. Especially, a lot of times after the war, you realize, okay, you were sold something that wasn't true. The war was done for another purpose. It wasn't, it was sometimes for business interest or other things like that. So,
Hmm.
I don't think it's a good thing. I think we should go back. We should find another thing. If you have, presidents that want to fight wars, give them some boxing gloves, put them in a ring and have the two presidents fight it out.
Yeah.
Don't send people's children to go do your bidding. All right. I'm personally going to exit my trade right now because it is not behaving the way I want it to behave. So this is it for me. Almost a 1-to-1.
I'm hitting like zero point 0.5 hour right now, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. I have to
Hey,
hold this trade if it is
Samir
a TP.
is Mr. Super Discipline, so we're gonna
Yeah.
support him there. I think it's a great thing. I'm still working on my super discipline level. I haven't reached that yet, but I can switch to my screen if you want and explain the reasoning behind why I got out of my trade. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, this was a high right here, which may can, price is treating as liquidity right now. I'm aware of that, but we
Yep.
have another high here. Based on the nature, I do think today we may can see an impulse to the upside, but again, let's see, let's wait.
Well, yep. It's always probabilities. We never know exactly what is going to happen. If we did, we would all be billionaires by now.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we will wait. Anything can happen, so we'll see what happens there. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for this to cook, I can show you the reasoning why I took my trade out. Give me just 1 second. I'm also trading my personal account, so I'm managing another trade.
This EMA is different.
You
Oh,
can modify the
yeah,
settings
yeah.
if
Now
you
it's fine.
want.
Now it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Give me just 1 second, guys. All right, so let's go back to my screen and I'll show you the reasoning. Oh, sorry. All right, so we have the chart pulled up right now. And let me pull up my execution so you could see. Got out right there. My break even stop was right under there. Now, here is the reasoning for me. First of all, did we had the opening range, which was from here, from the 24,622 levels. So we had a first impulse. We kind of broke out of this square here, which was the opening range breakout. We pulled back, which was a nice pullback. Then we had another impulse. And finally, we had a third impulse. Now, this impulse reached, if we measure, and I like to measure the opening ranges on the NQ, if I take this opening range, copy it, and I consider this a standard deviation to the upside, which would be exactly where my next, resistance levels were around the 24,800 area, we reached a high right there. Let me show you right there that corresponded to, half of that uh, standard deviation, if I could call it like that, right? So my logic was, well, we reached the half, which was check number one. We pulled back. We tried to push up once. We sold off. We tried to push up again. We found some resistance at that same level, which means we were getting some sellers there. So if I could highlight these points, one, and then two, and three, and then we started slowly reversing back down. Well, my opinion was okay, I'm not going to get the impulse I wanted to the upside. We spent about, let's measure, we spent about 17, almost 20 minutes up there, and we're not able to push up. So I think there's going to be some profit taking, and we're probably going to push down, maybe reaccumulate lower and move back up, or maybe go and find more buyers even lower in this area of interest I have here around the 24,500 area. So we'll see what happens there. But this was why I got out of the trade. If I could sum it up again, we tried to push up, broke out of this opening range, We were not able to go past the 50% of this range, which was a copy of the one before, so one standard deviation, which means we saw some weakness. We pushed down once, twice, a third time, then started curling back down. So in my opinion, we were not going to continue to push up just at this moment. So we'll see what happens if buyers can step back in. This is the pre-market high. This is the level we took out this morning. This is where we pulled back and recovered this morning. So it's a very valid buying area. So we might see a complete reversal from there and the actual push higher if we are indeed bullish. We're still above VWAP. If I go on the 5 minute, we're still above VWAP. We are above the point of control. So we'll see what happens there. And if we can definitely continue to push up. For my people who like their pivot points, we are just above that 24,491 pivot point. So we'll see how we react there. I know Samir is on the YM. Let's rotate back to the YM really quick.
On the 4 hour, we are testing that level that I was having. So it is a retest to me.
Okay,
Still, I think I'm fine with this trade.
perfect.
So we are retesting that thing. If it bounced, that will be good. If it didn't, then whatever.
Yeah, very good, very good. We came really close to that TP, which was, which showed that Samir was definitely right on his analysis this morning. His entry was correct. So now the trade has a lot of room to breathe, and we will see what happens there. We'll see what happens with the asset. So we have some
Yeah, let's
some
see.
funny comments there coming in. I was talking about making the presidents put on gloves and box it out. So we have Soldier of Truth. Thank you, Soldier of Truth. You've been very active today. That's saying Donald versus Khamenei. So that would be interesting. We have Putin versus Macron. That would be an interesting one.
Yeah,
Russia versus France. So yeah, we will see. We have Trader 83.99 saying BTC eat sellers stop
Salustar.
now, go to hell. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin.
Do
Wow,
we have
this
BDC in this? Oh, we do have cryptos.
um yeah, we do have cryptos. Actually, we made the announcement today that we added the the futures for Ethereum and Bitcoin. So, it's going to be, you could put the futures
Okay,
and the
we have a
contract is going to
Ethereum.
be BTCH6. And for Ethereum, it's going to be the ETH86. So BTC is
We
eating
don't have
sellers
micros
right
of this.
now. It should be MBTC. Give me one sec. Let's see. MBTC. You trade. Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah, we do
MBT.
have.
Sorry, MBTH. Yeah, we do have it. Let me pull it up. BTC eating sellers. Stop and now going. Okay. Let me zoom out. Let me look at spot asset. Let's go to trading view for a sec. I want to share my screen real quick. So right now, let's go to maybe a daily chart. It says BTC's eating sellers. Yeah, well, if we look at it on sorry, this is the Dow, this is not BTC. So yeah, if we are looking at it on the daily time frame, since maybe beginning of February, we kind of reversed sort of, this downtrend and we're ticking up. This tagged my buy area. Are you a BTC trader, holder, investor?
No, I haven't traded BTC. I
Okay.
remember for like 2 years back, I was playing with BTC with CFD account,
Okay.
and I just blew that account, on weekend. I was putting trades here and there. So yeah, that is the only day I have traded BTC. Other than that, I
Okay.
haven't really traded this.
Yeah, I dabbled in trading crypto for a while, and I did not do well because crypto requires, at least in my opinion, for how I trade, very long hold times. And
Mm.
the fact that it trades 24/7 is good and bad. I like the fact that we have, this specific New York Open where we see volatility and we can kind of time, where things are going to be moving. And I haven't found that to work as well on crypto. So I don't day trade crypto. I just invest in it long term. And, the boring assets. This is not financial advice, by the way, guys. So yeah, we're seeing somewhat of a reversal here on BTC, and we'll see what happens. BTC 30K, and if 30K fails zero, okay, we'll see. You're saying crypto is crap. Well, they've been saying crypto is crap for over a decade, and you know it's been holding. So we'll see. Maybe it'll turn out to be crap. Maybe not. I suggest you have a bull case, a neutral case, and a bear case. Well, we already see that your bear case is it goes to zero, so be careful there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with BTC. Let's take a quick look at the Russell really quick to see what the small caps are doing today. All right, Russell seeing us doing a similar move in comparison to the YM and the ES. So we'll see what happens there. Let's look at the Mag 7 stocks. So we have Apple recovering, moving up. We have Nvidia, I would say somewhat neutral. There was a push up and a push down right now. We'll see. Will it recover or not? Tesla doing a pullback over VWAP. Microsoft recovering. Amazon kind of in the neutral area as well. So we have, the all the assets kind of in a neutral area. The Mag 7 and some of them ticking down. So we'll see what happens there. And then let's look quickly at the indicators I usually look at. Sorry, we have the VIX. So the VIX ticking back up and at the 24s. Advanced decline, which is, advancing stocks minus declining stocks. Let's put it on the 5 minute. We have it ticking down. And our tick chart is, well, ticking green for now. So we're kind of getting mixed signals unit here. Fold ratio, which is up volume minus down volume, was ticking green. Now it's ticking red. So we'll see what happens there. We're kind of getting mixed signals there. So we'll see. Back to our black arrow chart. Let's take a quick look at our favorite asset, the NQ. I mean, let me go back on the micros. All right. So we are right now targeting the opening lows. So we'll see. Can we recover from there or not? Um, we will
On
see what
YM also, we are
happens.
seeing a huge sell-off. I have
Indeed.
already accepted that it is gonna be a stop loss day for me. So whatever now.
Yeah.
But if there is just 1% chance if price reverse from here, that will be good. But I have already in the back of my head, I've accepted that maybe this is the day I should be okay, with my
Okay.
stop loss. So yeah, I'm not gonna cut the trade as it is not a part of the plan.
Got it.
So yeah.
So here's my question to you, Samir. Since we got very, very close to your take profit, what is your approach there when an asset gets very close to the take profit? Do you always, like your stop loss, have a hard TP, or do you
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
consider taking profit before or no?
No, from the day one, I have been this kind of trader where I follow my fixed stop loss.
Okay,
But the point is that if it was my live account, I would have closed. To be honest, as it is evaluation, I have
got
to
it.
pass it. So I have to do it. But on the live account, if I was seeing some decent, profits, I would have closed it. But again, coming to different scenarios, if this was my first trade on the live account, I would have let it this trade run. if i
Okay,
was if I was already, let's say, 2-3% up on the account, then I would have closed the trade, because I don't want to risk that 2-3% profits that I have in the account. So there are a couple of scenarios, I act differently according to the accounts, or the position of the account that I am in. If
got
that
it,
is
got
live
it.
account, all these things. Evaluation, I don't cut the trade, but live accounts, again, two scenarios that I gave you guys. So that's how I
That's how you
do
trade
the
it.
things. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
I like that you have different approaches depending on the account you're trading, and I like that. I have also different approaches depending on the accounts. Like the way I trade prop firm accounts is completely
Hmm.
different from the way I trade my brokerage account. Like completely different. And the way I trade well, the way I trade prop funded accounts is different from the way I trade the evaluation as well. So yeah, the evaluation right now, the way I'm trading it is more similar to how I would trade it. Sorry, to how I would trade the funded account. So
Okay.
we're
Okay.
getting a better idea. Usually, I'm much more aggressive on evaluations, but I want to show the viewers how to be
Yeah.
disciplined, how to manage
Me
things
too.
correctly. But I remember one user asked, how much time does it take to pass a funded account? And I said, I've done it in 2 days, but I've also done it in 6 months. So it depends on it's a very wide range, but it's a good point there that you're saying, and it's good to highlight it for users is that you can have different trading styles depending on what type of account you're trading. So I think that's something definitely to consider.
Yeah, I think that's how it should be. You cannot risk a lot on your personal account.
Yeah,
Like, I know if you're a fundy trader, you're used to these numbers. Like, for me, if I'm on the CFD side, if I'm risking 1.5%, that is $1,500.
yeah,
But if I have a $5,000 account, or maybe $10,000 account, I think that will not be good,
yeah,
risking that
exactly,
much amount.
exactly,
So
exactly.
you should have different approaches for different accounts. So yeah, you have mentioned it in a right way, highlighted it that point. So as my trade in running in drawdown, this is the last hope, which is 200 EMA, which is this liquidity point. If it goes above, good. Stop loss, good. We'll do the same thing tomorrow, one trade a day,
That's
following the
it.
plan. That
That's
is
it.
it. I think I'm pretty confident about my plan. If I follow the same thing every day, I'm gonna get the payouts. I'm gonna pass my accounts. I'm gonna,
Well, it's been working, so there's no doubt
yeah,
there. There's no doubt
exactly.
there. So the numbers don't lie. That's a great thing. Really love about trading is you get your answer right in your face. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
you can't fake it. There are things you can fake in life, but there are things you cannot. For example, you cannot fake being funny. If you're funny, you're funny. If you're not funny, you're not funny. You cannot fake being fit. If you're fit, you're fit. If you're not fit, you're not. You can't fake it. And it's the same for trading. If you're trading right, if you're doing the right things, well, your PNL is going to show it. But if you're not, you're just not. So I think that's why I like comedy. That's why I like exercise, and that's why I like trading because it's honest. The chart and your P&L don't doesn't lie.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, very good. Well, Soldier of Truth saying, yeah, Dave is right. You've been with 10 prop firms so far. Okay, nice. You've been around the block. So nice, nice, nice. He's saying Euro USD. Well, I'm not a big forex guy. Maybe you could,
Okay, let's
chime
take
in
a
on
look
that.
at
He's saying Euro USD and GBP USD 1.15 by end of year. You're making a lot of call outs, Soldier of Truth. Are you putting your money where your mouth is my question. This morning you had a call out. It was great. It worked out. But so if you're trying to pull up the futures, I think you have it's
yeah,
gonna be
6E.
6E, yeah.
Okay, let's start with the daily time frame. Let's see what your prediction says. 1.5. Okay, $1, but let's see where that is. Okay, it is very far actually. For that, I have to go to the maybe monthly time frame. Actually, we have a fair value gap also on the monthly, so yeah, we can get there. Let me draw the fair value gap for you guys. So we have a fair value gap. If this monthly closed a big bearish candle, then definitely next month we can wick a little bit above, tap the fair value gap. Who knows if we can reject, then there is a different story. But going to the weekly time frame, let's go to the daily. I cannot see the weekly here.
Weekly, you just have to pull up. You have to press space bar or click plus, and then you type one W, and it'll give you a weekly time frame.
Okay, we have weekly time frame here.
There you go.
So weekly, yeah, we have closed under this area. Huge big candles on the weekly as well. We have closed this week. Definitely, I think the $1 prediction is way too far. It is way too far actually. But I do think that we can tap around this 1.134 around this area in upcoming weeks, and then we see if we rejects from here or if we change market structure on the lower time frame, then there is a different story. So as of now, this is the line that we can use in our favor. If price, what kind of behavior we get in this area, then we can decide accordingly. As of now, we are seeing some bearish structure.
Okay. So
Okay,
we'll see.
um, let's go to the 1 hour and let's see what price is trying to do. Okay, prices, printing lower lows, all this decent leg around here. So this is a level which may can get retested, which is this level. So let's see how price behaves in this area. As this is 1 hour, I would like to get confirmations on the 5 minute. If if we starts to go down, then I like to place myself in cells. But again, I don't want to catch trade right here. It's okay if I get involved around here also. I want my confirmation. I want my confidence. If I like the trade, then yeah, we'll take it. But this is a reference line. How let's see how price reacts from here. It can also do this, price break this retest and try to bounce and then again come back. So you have to see what kind of nature you can get around that area. But let's see what my trade is doing.
Your trade is we're having a nice reversal here. So I think your
Okay, on the five
trade is
minute, we are respecting this 200 EMA. That is
indeed.
a good thing for me.
So your great call there. My finger was itching, but I'm not gonna take another trade. I was like, oh man, this is a nice entry. And it reacted really well off of my level that I had marked out this morning off of my trend line. So surgical, so nice. So, but discipline is the name of the game. We're not taking another trade today. Glad I was able to satisfy that itch on my on my personal account. So yeah, we'll let this one.
That is also a case, if you have multiple accounts, you can test a thing on other account,
Yeah,
or you can test a thing on, let's say, the third account which you are not sure of. And if you take a loss and your main account get protected, I think this is also the reason I have made secured some kind of payouts, where if I'm in doubt, I like to enter that trade in some account where I don't really have that much care of
yeah.
that account.
Yeah, that's
So
true. I
that
remember
way,
you talking about that, and you saying you take very, very, very small trades on one account sometimes on Tuesdays. Is it when you don't trade?
yeah, on
So yeah,
Tuesdays.
I think it's a very good thing to have
Hmm.
multiple accounts. Do you have? I can't remember who was saying he has like throwaways. So there are accounts that he just trades. I think it was LJ saying he has accounts that he trades just to test ideas and goes,
I
you
think
know, be,
yeah, I was gonna make a reel today about this only. Like in trading, you have some operational cost. In prop
yeah,
firms also, you have some operational cost. You should have some account so that you can do your operations on that. You
exactly.
cannot run all the operations on one account.
That's true. That's true. And
So I was gonna make something like something like this.
I think it's part of it's also a part of risk management. You're not putting all
Yeah,
your eggs in one basket. You're
exactly. Yeah,
basically
yeah.
diversifying yourself in different accounts. You're seeing, okay, can this idea work here? Can this idea work there? And you're not putting all your risk in just one place. So I think it's literally what they talk about when they say diversification. You're just trying different ideas in different places. So yes, indeed, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Well, we have 4 minutes till the close, guys. Remember to like. Remember, I didn't check out and see how many likes we had.
Let's see, guys. We are doing this thing for you guys, live trading
Indeed,
futures, the fibers futures for you guys. Let's run this channel also to 100K, like a CFD
yes,
channel. That will be
indeed.
awesome. Big things coming for you guys also. So right now 14 people. Let's see how much likes we have. I cannot see on this account right here on YouTube.
In 1 second. Well, we have 14 people on YouTube, but we have about 50
21
people
likes.
on 50 people on X. So
Oh, that's amazing.
wherever, yeah, we're broadcasting on both. So wherever you're watching us from, guys, remember to like, remember to subscribe, add your questions if you have them. We have 3 minutes to go, and hit that notification bell if you want to, well, actually hit that notification bell so you can know when we're going live. We go live every day from Monday to Thursday, sorry, from 9 to 11 a.m. We trade live. We show you guys the truth. We are not flashing Lambos. We are showing you the reality of trading. And remember, we also have our Discord group that you can check out. Lots of tips there, lots of information. You can ask your questions. So we do this for you guys. So we appreciate the support.
Yeah,
Well,
we have lost 2 minutes. It would have been great if this trade would have been triggered my TP or stop loss in the stream itself. That would have been good. I could have shown you guys like what live trading looks like. You could have also seen some psychological points whenever the trade has played out. But anyways, tomorrow, let's see. Hopefully this trade plays out in couple of minutes. TP or SL, let's see. With that being said, guys, uh, we'll see you tomorrow.
yes, indeed. We will see you tomorrow. By the way, remember, we can hold trades overnight. So if you want to hold this trade all the way till tomorrow or Thursday for it to
That
TP,
is awesome.
you can do that. So yeah, we can hold trades overnight from Monday to Friday. All right, guys, thank you. That is the end of the stream. That was a great, fun first one, Samir. I am happy that you're still green, even though the trade has
Yeah,
been playing with both of our feelings.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
So thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure trading alongside you. And any last words?
Last words will be just follow the trading plan. You're gonna get the
Nice.
results. That is it.
Nice.
Just do this thing
Nice.
over and over and over, and I'm sure you will get the results. You will get somewhere in trading, and you can be here also, streaming with us. Let's go,
That's it.
guys. See you
That's it.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Very good, guys. Thank you. I will see you in the markets.